Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The veteran kicker, Graham Gano, puts it on the tee. And off we go here on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. And his initial touch, good for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. They'll motion over Samuel. Play action. Here's Daniels. Right side. Pulled in by Samuel. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it, so we're able to move forward.
He'll take it down inside the 20. A run into the red zone, a pickup of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he's close to the 1st down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Mitchell. They'll try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Powering forward. He's in. Touchdown, New York. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So, 7-0 the score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. Here's 2nd and 2. They're going to work this down inside the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll motion over Samuel. They'll go play action here with Daniels.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Third and short, and it's trying to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Oh, big hole left side. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick six.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it a second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. On first down, Daniels. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline.
I think all of us up here in the booth were curious, how is this quarterback going to bounce back following the pick six? And a lot of guys come back and they're very conservative and they just want to dink and dunk because they're scared to throw another pick. Well, we found out pretty quickly. Not this guy. He's going to continue to attack the ball downfield, and he's looking to make big plays any chance he gets. So there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing.
A tight end in motion now. On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. He's got his tight end. That's Sinnott. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Commander's first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. From the shotgun, it's Daniel. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and results in a completion. Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line. Daniels to throw on. Now for the 3rd time in the first quarter, he's been intercepted. Into space. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Giants. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Well, a big play there and maybe a big break too. The ball going out of bounds so they keep possession and keep a little bit of this momentum going, Greg.
We see this across the league so much now, Mike. Defenders are getting so good at ripping that ball out. Unfortunately for them, in this case, they got the ball out, but it ended up going out of bounds.
And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On play action, Daniels. That one is brought in by Terry McLaurin. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now a give on the ground. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. That'll be caught right side by the rookie wideout. A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down, Washington. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll throw with Daniels. A throw left side, caught by Sinnott. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A big play there for Washington. 32 yards. They'll run it on the inside handoff. He's down inside the 10. A gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll send a tight end in motion. Up the middle they go. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. On 3rd down, they'll try to get it on the ground. They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
And here we have a real gutsy call in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game.
These situations here, Mike, you can see this defensive line is just chomping at the bit. They can see a safety coming. They don't quite get the safety in this case. They still hold him to no gain. Brings up 2nd down.
From his own end zone, he'll set up to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. Handoff here, up the middle. He'll work forward for a couple. Johnny Newton, rookie out of Illinois, there to bring him down. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 17-yard line. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Now there's a throw out wide. Hey, this might be a double pass. The throw is going to be caught. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 83 yards. Touchdown, Giants. Now, Gano for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Giants are able to extend the advantage to 28-0. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Two minutes remain here in this 1st half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. 2nd down and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
It's been a rough 1st half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now This looks like a design run. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Now the Commanders will use their third and final timeout. And they'll stop at just over a minute remaining in this first half. A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on fourth down. They'll go. Here's Daniels. That's taken in. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the first down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle them short of the chains, force the turnover on downs.
They'll begin here on the ground. He'll bring this up to the 22. Frankie Luvu there to make the play defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
He's going to let this one go deep, and that is incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He's going to dial up another deep ball. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and we'll bring up third down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
And this is going to set up a long field ahead. Backed up as it is touchdown inside the 10.
Commanders nothing.
All right, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. putting the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Throwing right, it's taken in. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Cooper going in motion. They'll look to throw again. That's caught left side by Cooper. Third and a yard. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
They convert with a gain of 15. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt. That is caught. What a throw. Jalen Hyatt. Touchdown, New York. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. On 1st down, Daniels. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Deontay Banks. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. 2nd half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick 6 here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
Is good. Makes the score 42
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Daniels now on first down. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. To the ground, a first down run. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
And some space opens as he's brought down following that gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll motion over Samuel. They'll go play action here with, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Dane Belton. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, New York. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants continue to bring the hammer down. It is now 49-0. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll motion over Samuel. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's got it at the 7. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities.
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, they get on the board. That pads the individual stats, makes mom and dad happy, but Greg, we have seen stranger things. You never know.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right now, Mike, aside from the scoreboard, oftentimes in the NFL, you learn more about your team in moments like this than you do when everything's going well. So I think this coach is paying real close attention to which one of his guys are going to continue to fight.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion to the left. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's caught. He gets free. And he will dive into the end zone. 80 yards. Touchdown, New York. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
To kick off for New York.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. That's over the middle to the tight end, Sinnott. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line. So a big one there to start the drive. 45 yards. So 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. It's a gain of 19 in the air. 1st down, Washington.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Here's 2nd and 6. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. A run now on 2nd down. And he's going to bring this one close to a 1st down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. He'll try to get this one on the ground.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back. Make sure.
He slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, Washington. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least it'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Seibert's extra point is true, and the Commanders will get just a bit closer.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one knocked away and incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Cooper going in motion. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A pickup of 15 in the air. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. A ball deep for the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll look to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
At the Commanders' 39-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The tight end Ertz in motion. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Well, they had a big hole to climb out of, and now it is even bigger. Greg, the defense was waiting for it, feasts on it, and they get to celebrate with a pick six.
Well, a very fitting way for this one to come to an end here, Mike. This has been a completely dominant defensive performance. This pick six here in the 4th quarter ends what has been a total runaway.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it's going to be 4th down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there, or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter. You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They send a receiver in motion left. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting for.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Cooper going in motion. Quick throw here is complete.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to, what they call, punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Here's a run. To the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Giants. That's his 2nd touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year. Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants will add one more onto their big lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun. The ball comes out. One of the Giants has it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is caught. And he will score again. Touchdown, New York. 3 touchdowns in this one. He now has 7 for the year. Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants add on to their already sizable lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Going for it all. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Deontay Banks.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Now a throw here. It's backwards. He might be looking to throw this. And he's going to be taken down, but he has the 1st down. Good execution of the double pass. That one good for 15 and a 1st down. Motion man is Hyatt. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Jones.
Intercepted by Washington. The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing now, Daniel. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Now whistles and timeout. Go figure. Not sure the point of this. We can stop it. 4 seconds left in the game. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win for the Men in Blue. The Giants get it done. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.